Hello, everybody. My name is Linda Stieg, and I wanted to do this video because I know there's others out there suffering just as well as I was. And I wanted to bring awareness that you don't have to suffer. So what I'd ask, please, first off, is do not share this publicly because I'm going to be very personal with you. You can share it in a private message. I am fine with that. So first off, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm going to talk about. Your hormones, your libido, and everything that comes along with it. So I'm going to start with a backstory. My backstory was when I was 18, I had to have a major surgery when I was pregnant with my first child. I had a cyst that was growing, and it was on one of my ovaries. So that was removed. So I've only had one ovary since basically, well, they said about 17 because it was already engulfed when we found it. So, so most of the time I've only had one. I did have another child, so it didn't bother me then. But I think as the years come through, because your ovaries, helped with all the, your hormones and different things like that. So, that's a little bit of backstory on me. I have been married for 25 years. And probably about 15 years ago is when I really started noticing a huge difference in our activity. I'm going to say activity. And it started declining. And as you get older, I've always heard that that's going to happen throughout many years. But then I did hear somebody had told me, well, you have to make sure you keep your husband happy. But if you don't have the urge or the drive to do it, it's sometimes hard to do. I tried everything. I've done everything. I've been to specialists. I've been to, different people, doctors, to liven it up again, because we were literally getting down to basically nothing. When it started going through, it's probably about maybe every other week. Then it went down to maybe once a month. And that's where it pretty much happened. So about 10 years ago, it was pretty much nothing. And I am thankful, very, very thankful. But I can't say we did have several issues because of the fact that there was no activity. And for a man, that's really hard to take. For me, I felt horrible because I couldn't, it didn't bother me if I didn't have anything. So that was probably, 10 years ago. And then about 6 years ago, my husband heard from one of his coworkers about his wife going in and seeing a specialist about her hormones. And she was 20 again, and she was in her 40s. So I went down and seen the specialist. That was about 6 years ago. I went down and seen the specialist, and they did my all my testing on different things like that. Oh, another backstory. I'm sorry. I had a hysterectomy when I was 42. I had early because I had things early starting with me. My mom was very early too. So that's why it really didn't, I understood what was happening because I was already in menopause starting in. But when I ended up going to see the specialist, I was already premenopause. Even though I was still having symptoms, I was called basically premenopause because there was really nothing that was detected anymore because having the hysterectomy. They did leave the ovary in there, but it wasn't functioning, wasn't doing anything. So she put me on a couple different things that were supposed to help you out, different things, because, most women need estradiol. And so they put me on a patch, which I put a patch on, and it's the most natural thing you can get from a prescription that I've found. And it doesn't seem to give me any side effects or anything. It took away all my menopause, premenopause, or whatever, all the like hot flashes, different things like that. It took everything away. I was happy. It did jumpstart things a little bit, but it didn't last very long. And then she put me on, because a woman actually has testosterone in their body too, as well, to help with, everything in your body along with your hormones. So I put a cream on. It's a makeup cream that is designed for my needs of being replenished. So I started using that. It did liven it up. So there was that. It did liven it up some. Not as what the lady was saying before, but it was live. It was like more for us. So it was probably maybe once a month. Still, when I first started, I guess right away it was a couple times a week. So it was back up there again, but then it gradually just died down again. So 5 years ago, when I started on Plexus, I was taking all the products. I was taking the, X Factor Plus. I was taking, the triplex system all together. Just everything, pretty much everything they have, because I just wanted to take everything, because I was used to taking supplements every day. And it leveled out everything. I haven't had an issue. Actually, was started bringing up my levels of my hormones, which was kind of odd, because she told me that my ovary wasn't doing anything, but it was really leveling out my hormones. So I was probably, still at least maybe once a month at the most. So it was pretty much dead for, my husband and me as well. And will it cause problems with your marriage? I know it did us. And thankfully, I have a very understanding husband, and he just realized that, well, I guess that this is the way my life is. This is what my life is. So I'm very thankful for that. So back in June, when they come out with the Restore, detox your body, everything, I started taking it from day one. Another backstory, I even did like resets all the time. I did different liver cleanses, the ones that you can do, with the, apple juice, and, that one, you can get a book, it has it on. I did that a couple times, a few times too, as well, just to help my body get rid of everything that's in it. Not even really at that point, not even thinking about the libido, because it was, nothing there. And I kept asking the doctor too, is there something more they can take? And they actually had me up higher on the testosterone, because I just needed it, felt I needed it. And then they wanted me to do, different things. And I'm like, I don't want to be in tons of prescriptions. These were keeping everything down, and I seem to be working fine with that. So back to June of last year, I started taking the Restore every day, religiously every day. I took it before I went to bed. And then in October, y'all, it was like a light switch was turned on. TMI, I could not get enough. My husband looked at me, and he goes, who are you? And where did you come from? Because it was back to when we first met each other and together, how everything is really fresh, and yeah, I was back to that. Today, up to now, I can go like every other day. If I go any longer, I'm usually texting my husband, and I've never been that, there's so much, that has come with getting this going. We are very passionate with each other. Things that husband and wife do that we should have been, when we first got together. So there is hope, but that's pretty much what I have done. The Restore is known for clearing your body out with different things, clearing your liver out. I am never going to stop, because it's amazing. It has been such a huge blessing to my marriage and the relationship that I have with my husband. And yeah, so that is my story. And again, please do not share this publicly. You can share it with people in Messenger, but I just wanted to let everybody know there is hope. But again, I was on the Plexus products for 5 years. I was already healing my body. Well, it was just over, right about 4 years, because I started in June of 4 years before the convention when I started. But so there is hope. Don't give up hope. Keep working on getting your gut healthy, getting your body healthy, and work from there. These is what helped with me. I still will continue to take them. I'm not saying everybody needs that. If you still have everything, you could possibly not have an issue where you need any of this. But if you're having menopause symptoms, different things, make sure you check with, look up all the different testimonies on people that are using stuff for menopause, because they really work. I was seeing a difference with this combination when I did the X Factor Plus, but the Restore, that pretty much put everything over the top, because that is the only thing different that I changed. So I hope this is helpful for somebody else, and I thank you so very much.